SwayamPrabha. Digital India. Educated India.
In this lecture, we are going to learn about industrial design, and with special focus on aesthetics and ergonomics. According to World Design Organization, industrial design is a strategic problem-solving process that drives innovation, builds business success, and leads to better quality of life through innovative products, systems, services, and experiences. It is a transdisciplinary profession that harnesses creativity to resolve problems and co-create solutions with the intent of making a product, systems, service, experience, or a business better. Industrial design links innovation, technology, research, business, and customer to provide new value and competitive advantage over economic, social, and environmental spheres. Industrial designers place the human in the center of the process. They acquire a deep understanding of the user needs through empathy and applying a pragmatic, user-centric problem-solving process to design products, systems, services, and experiences. So here, as you see here, that industrial design is linked to design thinking. Design thinking helps a lot extensively in industrial design, and it is being used by designers a lot. Design thinking actually was inspired originally by the conceptual design process, especially in the product design phase. Industrial design is a professional practice of designing products, devices, objects, and services used by millions of people around the world every day. Industrial designers and their team that are aimed at improving your life through well-executed design. This is what Industrial Design Society of America, IDSA, telling. So now we are going to know about industrial designers. These are multiple disciplinary teams. They are having strategists, engineers, user interface designers, user experience designers, project managers, brand experts, graphic designers, customers, manufacturers, all working together as a common goal. But specifically, there are designers who are industrial designers. And this collaboration allows the design team to understand a problem to the fullest extent, and industrial designer basically work with them and they craft a suitable solution. So industrial design basically encompasses of three different gems. You can say functionality of the product, ergonomics of the product, aesthetics of the product. So if you see any product, take for example this lock. So here, what is the function of this lock? The function of the lock is to lock, basically to stop easily accessibility of unintended persons. Those people who are intended to use or they're supposed to use, they will be having this key, and they will put this key and they will unlock. So this is the function of the lock, right? But when you're talking about lock, it has to be ergonomic also. Imagine this lock is very heavy, so it's difficult to use. Or imagine this is not easy to turn. Sometimes old lock, no, it gets rusted, it doesn't need to turn. That's not ergonomic. And also it is easy to hold, you can see. Now aesthetics also it is required. It should look good. So you can see it is chrome plated. It is looking good, easy to hold. So all these three functionalities are important. Mobile phone, if you see, what is the use of this mobile phone? It is having multiple usage for calling, for recording, camera. It should be ergonomic also. It is easy to hold. Okay, the size is suitable for users, for Indian users or the users who are using it, the product. Aesthetic, it should look good, and then the product is going to be purchased or used by the user, and this is for everything, any product you take. So industrial design is more concerned about all these three things. Functionality is very important. Then comes ergonomics and aesthetics. Of course, these are all not all equally important. There are some certain products where functionality is more important. Take for example, industrial heaters. So their functionality is very important. There are certain products where ergonomics is very important, like bicycle handle. There are certain products aesthetics is very important. Take for example the vase which is there on the table. Their aesthetics is very important. So generally products will be having all three concepts or gems or functions. However, the level of this will be varying. So some products will have more importance functionality, some will be little less, but almost all the products will have these three things: ergonomics, aesthetics, and function. So before I go deep inside a little bit more depth in this one, and as you know that each of these is very big areas and one has to learn individually. However, we are going to give little bit of information on this. First of all, we have to understand that what is a concept. So when we have an idea in our mind, a solution, we have a concept. So, but we have to tell someone, right? So once we have a solution to a problem, it is called the concept. The concept is just an idea and no one knows until unless you actually express. So I have an idea. And what is the idea? You tell, you write, you draw, you have to sketch, right? So this idea or concept, it is in mind and that need to be expressed by others. So what we do? We sketch. So to show how the idea is going to solve a given problem, you need to draw it, and this is called sketching. So you take a pencil, take a pen, on a paper you sketch. There are people who are more comfortable with computers, they are going to sketch using a software tool, and they are going to sketch it in computer using a tablet. So take for example, this is the tablet. On the SCAD tablet, you are going to use the electronic pen, and they are going to sketch it. But sketching is not enough always. You need to render it, and because when you render it, you add color, you add texture, how the texture is. So texture is smooth texture or rough texture. You need shading. Shading means how when the light is going to fall, how it is going to look like, and finishing it. So this is all the things are called rendering, and this requires a little bit of practice, but it is very important for especially for industrial designers to do a good sketching and rendering. So these skills are being often taught to industrial designers in the courses which they have, that is either BDS or MDS. So during the sketching, you must have the solutions and think about what is the functionality of the product, whether it is appealing to the users or not, whether aesthetically appealing or not, whether it is ergonomic or not. So all these things are important. And these steps are generally being carried out by industrial designers. So industrial designers and product designers, basically similar areas. Basically industrial designers are where they, in industry, the industrial designers will create, especially industrial design, product design, they create products for the industry to manufacture and then sell to the users. So industrial products they design, and that's why the industrial products are being designed. Most of the many other products are being designed by industrial product designers. So sketching, as you see in this image, it can be done with a pencil, pen, freehand sketching. You can use software also, like earlier Sketchbook Pro. It is a software which is available to us, and you can do sketching, and there is a lot of features also in the software, like pressure sensitivity feature. If you are having pen which is having pressure sensitivity, that can have like Wacom devices, they have the pressure sensitivity pen. So I can show you one such pen in this one. So this is a pressure sensitivity pen. So depending upon how much pressure you have, if you draw, this is going to come, if you draw lightly or heavy, it's going to come in the computer. And for that, of course, you need a special device for this. And there are many devices which are available. Some of them are Wacom devices, other companies are also making. But earlier Sketchbook Pro, which is also available to most of the students as a free, so you can use this as and when you require this tool. If you don't have pressure sensitivity pen, you can use your mouse also, so no problem. Still, you will be able to use it. There are also other features which are layers and in this software tool, which will be useful for you if you want to do sketching, and rendering is also possible in this software. So rendering, you can do many ways. You can do hand rendering by markers, pens. You can do using computers, like hand rendering you do, and then scan it, and then over that you do modification of then this. So it's like a computer and partially hand rendered and then modified in computer. You can do rendering purely on computer. So you generate the product in the computer. You can do rendering not by using pen and pencil. You can do a 3D model, and the software itself is going to do rendering, like SolidWorks, CATIA, okay, Keyshot, Rhinoceros. These are very good rendering tools it is having. Now these rendering tools will be helping, and you can put lights, you can put colors in that one, and that you can do rendering. Now coming to aesthetics. Aesthetics is a branch of philosophy dealing with the nature of beauty and art and taste, and with the creation and appreciation of beauty. It is more scientifically defined as the study of sensory and sensory emotional values, sometimes called judgment of sentiment and taste. More broadly, scholars in the field define aesthetics as critical reflection on art, culture, and nature. So there are certain rules of aesthetics, the golden ratio, people like this ratio. There are also aesthetics rules and some of the guidelines for making aesthetics. People wants, there are Gestalt principles are there, proximity, closeness, some of the principles which are involved in this one. So if you keep two things together, it look as if there is a grouping. If you make it outside, it will look different. So these are basically 2D, in 2D aesthetic, but people are using 3D also. You can see many of the architects are using this philosophy. So idea is what? Idea is basically to make people feel good about the product which they are using. And if they feel good, they are going to recommend to other people. And other people are going to buy it. So when we feel good about a product, we tend to buy it. So functionality is of course important, right? But aesthetics is also important, especially in automobiles, in mobile phone. Often, especially in car, functionality, we know this car is going to go from this place to this place, so far. These are the features of this car. But when it looks attractive to us, we purchase, right? So there are many products which we get influenced or attracted by the aesthetics, looks and appeal of this product. Once we feel attracted toward the product because of the aesthetics, we feel like having the product and using it. And that's why we tend to buy the product which are more aesthetically pleasing to us. Aesthetic doesn't mean that only form. It has multiple factors: form, color, texture. Then there are also factors like factors which are related to form and feeling, and there are also like non-visual factors like company. So take for example, Apple has made a new product. Whether it's looking bad or good, we feel like buying. Like say Mercedes-Benz. It is not that other cheaper or relatively cheaper cars are not looking good. They are also looking wonderful. But the moment we feel, okay, this is Mercedes, which means that is, so there are also some kinds of feeling in that one. Aesthetic is a set of principles concerned with the nature and appreciation of beauty. It is a branch of philosophy that deals with principles of beauty and artistic taste. Make forms of the product that are functional, very ergonomic to use, and aesthetically acceptable. So this is what is important as an industrial designer. So what the industrial designer does, or as a designers, or even when you are designing a product, we should make products which are functional. Because if the product is not functional, whatever your aesthetics we do, whatever ergonomics we do, is not going to work. People buy product only because it is functional. So imagine this lock is not working properly. Okay? People are not going to buy it. But just because it's working properly doesn't mean that people are going to buy it, right? They are going to buy because of various reasons. One is functional. Second is, okay, it's aesthetically looking pleasant. And then once they have aesthetically looking pleasant, okay, they are going to feel like, okay, they're going to touch it and feel it. So this is ergonomics. So here each and every features are important. Each and everything is important. So we should make products which are functional, which are very ergonomic to use. In ergonomics, there are many things which are there. And it's very important to feel the user's perspective and make it more ergonomic and aesthetically appealing. Now we are learning about little bit about ergonomics. So ergonomics is the study of designing equipment and devices that fit the human body, its movements, and its cognitive abilities. The International Ergonomic Association defines ergonomics as follows. Ergonomics, or human factors, is a scientific discipline concerned with the understanding of interactions among humans and other elements of a system, and the profession that applies theory, principles, data, and methods to design in order to optimize human well-being and overall system performance. So ergonomics is used widely. There are two sets of ergonomics: physical ergonomics, where we relate to physical ergonomics, physical products, and also then UIX, related to how people see when they interact with a computer screen, mobile, software, and other tools where we see and interact. So there also aesthetics is important, there also functionality is important, but here we are talking about ergonomics, how people are going to like or not, and how they are going to interact with the user, with the product. So ergonomics is employing to fulfill the two goals of health and productivity. People should not become fatigued when using a product. That we should understand. So we should make the product which is more ergonomic. It's relevant to design of such things as safe furniture and easy to use interfaces to machine. It is important that there are many things are there in ergonomics. Many is vast science, and we are not going to discuss here. But it is very important that we make easy to use, safer products, interfaces for the machines. The proper ergonomic design is necessary to prevent repetitive strain injuries, which can develop over time and can lead to a long-term disability. So in a way that makes furniture and equipment comfortable and effective for people who use it. You should understand that people have limitations, and we are going to make products. We should make the products which are people not only like it but also should be able to use it for a long time. Ergonomics is a applied science concerned with the designing and arranging things people use so that people and things interact most effectively and safely. This is what defined by Merriam-Webster. Above all, manufacturers aim for a highly efficient and safe work environment. So work environment is also important. So there also ergonomics is applied. Not only products, work environment, the way we see, so many things are there. Wherever human interaction is there, ergonomics is important to use. So in ergonomics, there are GUI design for handle, design for products that interact with human beings and human factors. Here, one important thing is about the size of a product. So how do you determine the size? So how do you determine what should be the size of the mobile phone when people are using it? People don't use it. See, if I want to hold it like this, mobile phone, and use it, it's so difficult, right? People use it this way. So what is the dimension? If you make it thin, it is okay. If you make it thicker, little bit, this is okay. But more, if you make it too much thick, it's not going to work. It's difficult. If you make it too much thin, that also is difficult. So there is a range is there. And this is for all the measurements. Chair you take, height. You would have sat in various chairs with different height, different backrest, right? This backrest, different armrest, different heights. Some of them will feel comfortable, some of them will not feel comfortable. That's true. Some of them will feel comfortable now, but after some time will not feel comfortable. Some of them will not feel comfortable at all. Some of them, after a little bit uses, you will feel little bit comfortable. So you will find that sometimes you are feeling comfortable, but another person is not feeling comfortable. So which means there is a range. And this range determined by anthropometric data. It can happen, some products, it is designed for foreign people. Some people are huge, right? Taller. Some people are shorter. Some people on an average is less or more. So it depends upon, even in India also, you will see that people of different age groups have different heights, different weights. So anthropometric data is different for different people. For male is different, for female is different, right? So now, if you talk about anthropometric data, a lot of extensive work has been done by different faculties and professors, and we should be thankful to them. In different IITs, faculties have done extensive work. They have found the anthropometric data. Their books are also available on anthropometric data book. The data which is there is, you see in the image that the height is different for male and female. So fifth percentile, it is 67.3, for female is 58.9, and then for 50th percentile it is 68.3 and 63.2 respectively for male and female, 90th percentile 72.6 and 67.4. So which percentile to take? So you should understand that depending upon the type of the user, we are going to take different measurements of this. And if you see the eye height, and if you see the shoulder height, again is different for different people, male and female, and also for 5th percentile, 50th percentile, and 5th percentile. So most of you know what is percentile. Here is like 5th percentile is that 95 percentile is 95 percentile over with respect to 100 percentile. So 50 percentile is in a kind of average, but not actually average. So in fifth percentile means only fifth percentile person who are having lower height than them on an average. So 95% is so 95% people are having lower, so which means that these are higher height people, more longer or taller people. So which means that these are the things which are there in this. Now depending upon the product which you are going to design, we are going to have an example of it. We are going to select the right kind of measurements. Okay. So design thinking is very important for industrial design. Here we are using new ideas. We are generating new products, especially for new product development. Design thinking is very important, and industrial designers must learn or should know about design thinking. Okay, now we are going to see the design of this chair. As I told that this chair or any product need to be having three things which are important. One is this functionality. So chair functionality is for sitting. Not only that, for sitting for a long time. It should be aesthetics. It should look good. Looking actually good. Ergonomics. So it should be ergonomics also. So when your person is sitting, it should be sitting for a long time. Another question is that, especially when you are designing a chair for Indian population, you should see anthropometric data. Anthropometric data we will be using. What data should you use? Shall I use it for 95 percentile, 5th percentile, or 50 percentile? So any novice designers will say, I will make everything, all the dimensions 50 percentile. Nothing wrong in it, it's fine. But if you want to think a little bit more, then you'll find out that the right approach is to analyze each of this in a practical way and see what is exactly, what should be percentile for this. So first thing is this dimension, the height of the backrest. Height of the backrest should be for 5th percentile or 95th percentile. So take for example, if somebody, you were making it for 5th percentile, then when a 95th percentile person of height of 95th percentile of person is going to sit, he will be having height and his backrest will be lower. But if you design this backrest for 95th percentile data, with 95% data, backrest will be higher, and 5th percentile when he is sitting, he will be sitting, but backrest will be higher. So which is more comfortable? The comfortable is that if you design for 95th percentile, then both 5th percentile and 95th percentile person can comfortably sit. Now coming to this height, sitting height. Now which one is more comfortable? Think. If you design it for 95th percentile person, then leg will be hanging for 5th percentile person. But if you design for 5th percentile person, 98th percentile person, what will you do? He will either fold it this way or expand it this way. So which is comfortable? So which means that you need to design this one. The height should be the measurement for 5th percentile. Now the chair sitting place. This you can take it for 50th percentile, which means that both, almost on an average people are going to be comfortably sitting. So, and then not only that, you have to see, cushion is there, and these cushions, and this is curve. So all these dimensions have been taken care of when you are designing a chair. So it's extremely important that we are designing chairs or any product which we want to design and take the right measurements which are available to us. Please go ahead and design products. Thank you.